That's Mikey's sound, right?
I don't know. Yeah, it is. Looks like we're gonna have a bit of syncing to do. Is I don't know who's gonna take care of that. We are off. It's kind of
Indeed, we are.
Nfro is looking very solid so far. Ooh.
Oh, that's
Crash
first
there.
from.
Yeah. That's gonna lose him a bit of time. And Mikey is able to hold that boost to pretty much maximum. Here's another long boost. Nfro is gonna be able to take the whole thing. Oh no, but he dies on the spot. That's so unfortunate. That's gonna give Mikey quite a big advantage. Looks like he's got maybe an 8 or 9 second advantage here. And we're pausing it for a stream there just to catch up Mikey. Alright. Yeah, it looks like Mikey has a pretty big lead at this point. Nfro crashed a couple times. That's
yeah, Nfro already. Mikey already in the last part of the track, approaching the start-finish straight here. And here we will see a very long boost now from Mikey.
That's a solid first lap time.
Oh yeah, that's almost time trial level. Like, that's a very good first lap.
Yeah. Again, this isn't a very like super intensive track in terms of techniques, but it, you know, there are a few spots you need to be careful about, as Nfro can probably attest after his crashes.
Yeah, on this track in particular, it's very important to pay good attention to your boost timings, because in general you want to hold as long as the boost as you possibly can. And you can see Mike that doing here. He almost cooled down completely and uses his full heat for one very long boost, which is the most effective thing you can do. It's the fastest.
Yeah, and Mikey is looking like an AI program to play this game. He is very smooth through the whole thing.
Yeah, no real mistakes so far from him. He has a solid lead here. The main thing you want to look out for on this track, especially if you are just starting out, is basically never let your heat bar be empty. Never let it reach 0, because if it does, then you basically waste your cooling. And that essentially means you're wasting time you could have spent boosting. So yeah.
Even if it is just like a 1 second boost, it's better than no boost and letting your cooling run out.
Yeah. And we see Mike here on the last lap passing the dozer, and this dozer he just passed is always a good indication on what pace you are on, because it is on a cycle. And you see it here on Nfro screen, it has already moved past.
Yeah. It isn't like the doors on Aqualeros Classic or Bumpy's Breakers, where it's dependent on the player as you go through. I don't think. Maybe those are similar, but...
Yeah, no, you're right. The dozer here is on a global cycle, basically.
Yeah.
So it depends on what time you arrive there. But yeah, it looks like Mike is closing this up here with a very solid
Nfro crashes one more time. That's unfortunate. You don't want to do that.
Like, Mike is really going all out here. Look at this time.
3:43. That is an excellent time for Spice Mine Run.
Indeed.
Wow.
Only 2 seconds of the world record in a race setting. So
wow.
Well played.
That's pretty amazing. And it looks like Nfro's gonna come in at about 4:06.
Yeah, Nfro closing it up here.
Or 4:07 flat, basically. Wow. So now we're gonna get to the ban phase, which is probably one of the more interesting parts about this, because there's not. You would think they're. Oh wow, that was fast. These people already know.
Yeah, these two are prepared. They are prepared.
wow,
Our
usually takes a
bumps
bit.
Out.
So we're seeing Executioner, the Gauntlet, Mongaza Speedway and Abyss are all being taken out. Mikey doesn't like those Uvo tracks, it appears. So now Nfro will ban a pod for this next race. He's Ben, yeah, that's pretty standard pick. And now Mike will ban a track temporarily. So Bulba's Legacy. That's not a track you too often see people avoiding, but hey, you know.
Yeah, I can see that coming from him definitely. I
So
don't
now
think he
Nfro
has.
is gonna pick the track.
Yeah, I don't think he has too much practice with Ben on this track, or with any other of the bigger pods. So I think that's what he's doing. Yeah. And yeah, Nfro got the pick now. Let's see what he chooses.
Yeah, indeed.
I'm still amazed by that 343, to be honest.
Yeah, that's ooh, Andopreme Centrum or Ondopreme Centrum.
Ah, so we're going to the Invitational Circuit.
Mm-hmm.
Haven't
This is
seen.
a good race. Going from the hot spice mine to the cold ice plant.
Yeah, changing climate here. I think we haven't seen much of the Invitational Circuit so far in this tournament. So yeah, I like this.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Under Prime Centrum generally is a pretty straightforward track if you know which paths you have to take, because it splits multiple times.
Oh yeah.
The biggest one of these splits is definitely in the big round room where you can
Yeah, the
either go up.
atrium there.
Yeah, exactly. You can either go up or stay down. What you should do is go up and take the tight windy path, which is by far the shortest. However, if you stay down, there are two more paths which are both significantly easier, but also significantly slower.
Indeed. It's the scenic route or scenic route.
It is. Okay, looks like we're ready to get the countdown.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and finally we're hearing some Watto humming.
Yeah, Watto.
You come back, huh?
It looks like actually
Are we gonna see a setup change here? I think we are.
no. No, he
No?
just looked through it, I think.
Yeah, he just made sure he had the highest traction equipped. And we see Bullseye for Nfro. Let's see what Mike chooses.
Nfro take Bullseye.
I think he will
and,
take Bullseye too.
Mikey is looking like he wants to go for Bull's Ruer. Let's see if he does.
Well, technically, Podracer is the second best pick here, if you can make him work in the very difficult shortcut we just talked about.
Yeah, I think usually I go for Mars here because you can do the boosts a lot longer.
Yeah, and Mars also turns very well, but he is choosing Podracer here.
Yeah,
so
he's taking Bull's Ruer onto Ondopreme Centrum. That's a saucy pick.
Well, I'm saying it now. If he does everything right, then Bullseye probably can keep up. But it's difficult to handle Podracer here.
Alright. Well, we're gonna get into it in just a second.
Alright. And here we go.
So Nfro's taking off. Oop.
Yes, and
Clips a
boosting
little
right
edge
away.
there. He's gonna take off his booster a bit. The thing to note about Bullseye is that he's also, I think he's the most fragile pod in the game. He might be one of the most.
Yeah, he is. He and Slide are both the most fragile ones, I think. And here we see Nfro taking the shortcut route we talked about. It's very tight and difficult, but
there's one on the left and one on the right. Mikey's taking the one on the left. I don't think either of them are faster.
I believe left is slightly faster, but it's minimal.
Yeah.
It looks like we have this thing going, so Mike's growth is slightly eating.
Yeah. That's probably due to Bolzer's incredible boost, which is going to give him a very big advantage because, I mean, as we saw from that, Mikey can definitely handle those crazy turns on this track. So that long section towards the end there where you just get to boost, Bolzer is definitely going to have a huge advantage there.
Yeah, you can already see if you take a look at Mike's max speed.
Yeah,
He's reaching over 1k here.
Oh yeah, he's got about a 5-second lead right now. 4 or 5 second lead. And ooh, yeah, that's what we mean by saying Bullseye is incredibly fragile. Nfro scraping that wall a lot. He's got almost 2 warnings on his right engine, but
Yeah.
thankfully he has good repair. He can fix that up. And Mikey, very clean execution from Mikey so far.
He's looking really good here. He hasn't died once.
Oh, absolutely. And his boost timings are like almost spot on perfect. I mean,
he's taking very long boosts and also trying to get in as much boost as he can essentially.
Like I've seen people do like very aggressive boosts that are also risky, but Mikey just seems to be doing like the most fast boosts, I guess. Like this is a sign of a very well optimized, well practiced runner who knows everything he's doing basically. I'm not saying Nfro doesn't, obviously, but you know, there's a heavy measure of improvisation that comes along with it.
Yeah, as we said before, Mike just has the experience here. It's a bit like David versus Goliath.
2:43. Wow. This.
Yeah, that's a really good time on Podracer.
Oh man. But hey, not bad for Nfro either. I mean, sub 3 with Bullseye. That's
cashing in the sub 3 here. Not bad, definitely.
So Nfro will continue to have Ben Quadneros banned. And so have a bunch of browser tabs open. So we'll see if Mikey continues to ban.
It looks like Nfro's sticking with his Ben Quadinaros ban.
Will Subbulbas get banned again? That's the question.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he got, yeah.
Yep, he's gonna go for Subbulbas again. So now Nfro will just pick the next track. We'll be off.
What do you think he's going for here?
I don't know Nfro that well. With no Ben, he's probably not going for one of the Barunda races. That would be, or no, he might be actually, because you could. That. But Mikey's.
Yeah, but then again,
yeah.
Mike is. Oh, okay. We see Adobe Mountain Run coming out here from Nfro.
Yeah, and well, if he likes the outdoor preem races, we may even see Betos after that. Not complaining, great track. Or Howler Gorge, they're both really great.
Yeah, and Dobie Mountain Run and Howler Gorge actually share the same first third about.
Hmm. Yeah. Well, I mean, a lot of the tracks overlap quite a bit. It's kind of cool,
Yeah.
I guess.
Especially on the Aquilaris planet, there's a lot of overlapping parts.
I haven't actually like mapped out the races and overlaid them to see if it makes sense to have them connect like that. Um, or if it's just one of those suspension of disbelief things. Maybe someone has done that. I don't know. But on Andobi Mountain Run leaves a lot of room to pick another racer because it's not twisty and turny enough where Bullseye is like, you gotta take Bullseye. But it's also not entirely straightforward. And so a pod like Bull's Roar might have some problems. Although, if you're really solid enough, you can probably make it work. And, you know, a
Oh
lot of
yeah,
people
for sure.
have.
But you're definitely right. It's this track has two sections in particular that are very tricky to do with Podracer, which is firstly the first hairpin section that comes after the little cavern you drive through, and secondly the last hairpin section. There's actually two hairpin sections. The last one is not like it's not straightforward hairpins. It's just a series of very tight left and right turns. And it's very difficult to maneuver, especially if you are on a pod that has traction as low as Bolus 4.
Yeah, indeed. Bull's Roar does like to slip and slide around like it's a wet shower.
So did you see which pod Nfro picked? I wouldn't be surprised if he went Bullseye again.
I don't know, but I'm assuming he went Bullseye again because I didn't see him. But we'll find out.
Okay, it seems Mike is back into the game.
Yeah. He looks like he might be about to check on his pod.
Welcome to Watto's shop. Take a look at
Just making sure. It looks like he's just making sure his parts are all good.
Yeah.
Alright, he's
Okay.
gonna take Bulls again. That's an interesting pick, and can't wait to see how it plays out. For a track like Andobi Mountain Run, Bulls is the kind of like risky pick where it can work out very well, or it can really not. But if anybody can make it work, Mikey is definitely one of the people that can. Nfro's at the pod selection screen. We'll see if he switches pods. Nope, looks like he will be continuing with Bullseye.
And it looks like we're getting into it.
Bullseye versus Bulls. Yeah, Bulls comes off. He's gonna take a big lead here, maybe a couple seconds, because he just has that incredible boost coming off the start line.
And he can make use of that on these two long straights here.
Oh yeah.
Now we see him getting into the cavern section I talked about, and after this there comes a series of very tight hairpins. So let's see how he handles it.
Be taking them very well, not really slowing down, scraping the floor a little bit, but this is some smooth execution from Mikey. Nfro's getting a little bit banged up, but they seem to both have come out of it pretty easily. Mikey with about 1 or 2 second lead here. That can be attributed to Bull's speed.
Yeah, he's gonna take some more leads here on these long straightaways, just because of his high speed. But after this section, after this little ice field, comes the last little canyon section I talked about. And we're gonna see how he handles this, because this is really difficult with Bolus.
He's managing to maintain
he has to slow down.
Yeah, he's dropping down to about 400. That's to be expected.
Staying very clean though. That's
Yeah,
that's beautiful.
look at him. His engines are all in the green. That's excellent work from Mikey. But now we gotta see him take this tent and a perfect entry. Wow, that was amazing.
Yeah, that's
to
what you
watch.
want to see.
Oh, and Nfro does it too.
Yeah, Nfro also in here, but he has a red engine. Repairing real quick.
Mhm.
If you have a red engine on either side, then your handling will be impaired. So you wanna
Yes.
repair that ASAP.
And Bullseye has pretty good repair rate.
Yeah, he does, especially fully upgraded like we are using here.
Yeah, you're seeing there Nfro is unable to make that first turn very well because his engine was red
Yeah,
and it
it's
pushed him against the wall.
always annoying if you get a red engine right before a really difficult corner.
Oh yeah. But Mikey looking very clean and oh no, Nfro!
Oh, he didn't make the jump.
He's gonna drift or fly right down into that crevasse there.
Usually you can make that with Bullseye, but I think he bonked before, so he didn't have high enough speed. Yeah, Mike doing, again, very clean here. Slowing down, which is necessary, and then accelerating out. Very nice.
Oh yeah.
I believe he still hasn't crashed in this match.
No. Oh man, just as you say that,
Oh,
the
yeah.
commentator curse.
Classic. It's a
You've
classic.
gone and done it.
I'm sorry, Mike.
As soon
But
as
yeah,
you mention that, he's gone 5 minutes.
Clipping the side of the
Oh, and
tent.
Nfro died at the same spot.
Yeah, exactly the
That
same
was
way.
that was Nfro's chance to make up some time, but unfortunately, wasn't meant to be. Still a very solid run coming out from the both of them. It's just that Mikey is doing so well. That
Yeah, and
Bull's
let's not
speed-
forget he definitely has the pod advantage because you can see he knows his way around bowlers. He can use them well.
Oh yeah. Yeah, now I'm scared about getting matched up against Mikey because I'm 1-0 right now. I won my game, so I
So
might have to play him.
Everyone should be scared about getting matched against Mikey for sure.
Oh yeah.
But let's
I
see.
mean, Nfro
Let's
was.
see. I still think Nfro might be able to take at least a track here.
Yeah.
Not this
Especially
one,
if
because yeah, Mike is already approaching the last straight here. He's gonna wrap it up.
What I think is interesting about the format that I'm going to use to exploit myself. Wow, 4:07. That's an incredible time for no
That's
Ben.
pretty solid.
Wow. Even if you had Ben, 4:07 still a great time on that. But yeah, one thing about this format is that the loser can basically use, aside from whatever 5 tracks are banned, the 4 permanent bans and the 1 temporary ban, the person who loses a track can basically pick whatever pod they want on whatever track they want. And so if you want to play, if you know that you're really good at Ben on a certain track, and you can beat basically anyone, then you can totally just do that. And but it seems Nfro's not going for that. Nfro is going to be banning Ben again. I imagine Mikey will probably ban Sebulba's Legacy again.
Let's be honest, it's the smart choice here to ban Ben.
Oh yeah.
Because he's up versus Mike, and
yeah, if anybody's had practice with Ben. Yep, Sebulba's Legacy will continue to be banned. And that will just leave Nfro to pick the track for one more time. Bumpy's Breakers. That's a pretty fun track. I love that one.
you know what? I think we're gonna see a bolus mirror here.
Yeah, I think maybe Nfro's going for this because he just doesn't want Mikey to use bowls.
Do you think so? Because
And maybe he doesn't want to take him to Grabvine or Fire Mountain because like any other track, I think Mikey can definitely use bowls, but here, those two hairpins on bumpies are brutal with bowls.
Yeah,
You
I
could
think
do
it
them.
won't deter Mike though. I think he's still going for the bullet one.
Yeah, and if his timings are solid enough on this race, you could definitely see him take the easy win. No offense to Nfro, but if you're using bowls and he's just got an incredibly fast boost, there's really nothing Nfro can do unless Mikey has to slow down too much for the corners or crashes.
Yeah, and that's why I thought we might see a bullet mirror, but we see
Nfro
bullseye
going for a
from
bullseye
Nfro.
again. And it looks like Mikey is going to be continuing with bulls.
Yeah, he is.
I think I remember you were actually the first person to like really stand by bulls. For
Oh
one of
yeah,
them.
especially in the no upgrade categories, he's like a force to be reckoned with.
Oh yeah, I haven't done a semi-pro circuit no upgrades run, but if I do, I better have fun with no upgrade turning bulls roar.
Well, luckily you only have to do it on the last two tracks, but they are quite difficult, so.
Yeah, but Bumpies is one of them, so.
Yeah, indeed. Checking his upgrades again.
Definitely gonna.
Just
Yeah, I
waiting
think maybe Mikey just wants to make sure that. Honestly, he's going for Mars Guo. Wow. So he is gonna switch off of bulls. He's gonna take Mars. That's an interesting pick.
Yeah, Mars definitely a bit safer here than Bolus, but he is slower for sure. But I think he's doing it because of the shortcuts in the very long shortcut, or not long shortcut. It's a short shortcut, but it cuts out quite a bit of the track, and it's very difficult to take because it's a very tight left corner, and especially with low traction pots, you can have a hard time getting into there without crashing. It's definitely one of the hardest shortcuts in the whole game, if you ask me.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, track 4. Looks like we're getting into it.
Here we go.
You can already witness Masku's trademark strength here, which is this extremely long boost. It's the lowest speed rate in the game. He doesn't go as fast as Ben, but his max speed is still respectable, a little bit higher than Bullseye.
Oh man, and he's sliding around these hairpins like it's nothing.
Yeah, and also boosting very aggressively here.
Yeah, excellent, and that's a perfect hairpin basically. Wow.
That's the easier one of the two though. The hard one comes at the end.
Definitely. But still, that was excellent. Nfro looks like he's about a second or two behind. That's mostly due to Mars just having such a long boost, and Mikey is taking a lot of that.
Yeah, he's actually about 5 seconds behind now already because of the long straight. But the part that's coming up, that's where Bullseye can make it. And let's see how Mike takes it.
And that's a beautiful shortcut from Mikey.
And he didn't.
It's actually very easy to mess that up.
Yeah, it is.
Oh no, and Nfro makes the mistake there.
And that's the worst thing about it. If you miss it, you get placed back
Oh
down.
no, and he makes another mistake there. That's not good.
And the game not being very kind to him, setting him even further back.
Yeah. That's gonna lose a lot of time.
Yeah, it's for sure. That's
Mikey's
like already 10 seconds right there.
First lap. Wow. That's
136.
Honestly, both racers are playing very well. It's just Mikey is so solid.
Yeah, like he's showing no weakness here. He's like.
I really want to see you go against Mikey. Can we get that draw for the second round?
Yeah, at some point we will probably see it.
That's the pod race of the century. And Nfro actually typed in the Twitch chat, I've got to try to mess with his bulls somehow. So I'm guessing that's why he took this track, because he knew that Mikey would want to take bulls on it. But
Yeah, apparently it
I
worked out in
mean,
that regard, but
yeah, no, it didn't. And Mikey might just be so familiar with all of the like top tier pods that it doesn't matter who he has, he can just beat you.
yeah, that's probably true.
But yeah, other than Nfro's couple of deaths on the... Oh, never mind. I was gonna say they're both looking almost perfect, except for the
Yeah, Mike coming
shortcut
in with
deaths.
a crash. Yeah, it's only the second one in the whole match for him, I think.
Oh,
Let's
yeah.
see. Yeah, this time
Oh, and
Nfro
Nfro
gets
gets...
it. Eclipse the edge.
yeah,
that's how it goes sometimes.
Yeah, it's not an easy shortcut by any means.
Not at all.
You can easily, and especially with Bullseye, who's very fragile, there's not a lot of room for error if you don't want to take it and at like 200.
Yeah, it's extremely unforgiving. We see Mike even keeping his heat through the hairpins. That's not easy. Like he's not gonna underheat here, which is impressive.
Yeah. And Mikey, wow. It's just looking so solid. This is what you love to see out of a veteran player.
Yeah, definitely. It's a joy to watch.
The boost timings, even with a different pod than you would use for time trials, is spot on.
And to remind you guys, I think Mike is still using a joystick. That's what he's been doing for the last decades, the way he played this game, and I think he's still
but he will lose an engine.
Yep.
But he does make it through the shortcut. So.
Yeah, he can afford these mistakes now because of all the time he already made up with Mars here. And for boosting through the doors, that was a nice boost right there.
Yeah, that was great. You'll love to see it, but he's gonna have to cut his boost or his shortcut short there.
Oh, he panicked there. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not what you want to do. This route is extremely long.
And what a great time from Mikey. 4:57, sub 5 with Mars, 1 death. That's absolutely solid.
Taking game 4 here. And that means it's match point now for Mike.
Oh, he crashed twice. Okay. I think oh yeah, he did. Never mind. Ignore me. I don't know what I'm talking about. But yeah. So what do you pick now if you're Nfro? Like, like a windy track he can still beat you at, and a straightaway he can still beat you at, and if he wins one more, he wins. So, not an easy situation for Nfro.
I think it has to be one of the short tracks. Like,
I was thinking, do you go Mongaza Speedway, but they banned that, so
yeah.
It may be Bunta training course, and you just hope that you're somehow more consistent at it. I mean, I'm pretty consistent on that, but I barely get sub 33 laps, and I don't know if that would even be enough to beat Mikey.
I know Nfro is pretty consistent on the Bunta training course, but then again, Mike.
I mean, it's not exactly an unpredictable track.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nfro's gonna ban Bozzy. They're gonna go for so he's definitely wants to play Ben on this last one. So here we go. We're gonna be seeing some oh yeah. Mikey's just gonna take Sebulba's legacy out again.
Yeah, as in all rounds before.
Yeah, if you just keep winning, it's like you get 3 bans. Oh!
Yeah. Because
Vengeance!
How do you feel about
Vengeance! Oh! Wish I was in this race. I'll show everybody my 320s.
But yes, this is gonna be exciting. Vengeance is
Oh
It's not a
yeah.
long track, but it's extremely challenging. There's no easy part about this track.
Unforgiving. And there's a lot of techniques in it that, like the boost at the beginning, when you go into that red hallway,
Mm-hmm.
that you can take that. And I've actually learned that if I try to take it and I can tell when I'm not going to make it and cancel it at the last second and usually not crash.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good thing to have the backup there.
Hmm
But do
But
you
that
actually
took a
go?
while for me to figure out. So I don't know if, and I was nuts and did it for like a whole month straight. So
Yeah, but imagine doing this in a race setting, you know? It's like a little bit different.
yeah, I mean, it's one of my most practiced tracks, as you would imagine, because it's
Oh
Vengeance. You
yeah,
know, you don't want to.
I've seen you do Vengeance ILs quite a bit.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think anyone can do it consistently except maybe you. But uh, I, I mean, I can't do it consistently at all. That beginning boost, but it only saves about a second or two at most.
Yeah, at most.
Really, the dangerous part, the unpredictable part, the part that just sucks, is the UVO tube. Not really because it's like super difficult, but just because it's very particular, and if you get going in the wrong direction, it can be very difficult to recover from that, and you might have to end up improvising.
Yeah, if you enter this tube, especially with a boost,
Hmm
and especially on lap 2 and 3, the game really likes to just rotate your pod around a bit.
Yeah,
Which kind of messes up your orientation and your whole muscle memory for dodging out the rocks. So you
yeah,
need to be able to undo that rotations with your tilt controls.
absolutely. And even, that takes some time, and it's not the best. And yeah, oh man, look at that Mike best lap on Vengeance, 1 minute flat with .162 basically.
Yeah, that's his PB
That's
actually.
yeah,
His
that's one
time's
of the
actually
best.
safe in game.
If he
Yeah,
was nuts enough to go for it, he could definitely get a sub 1.
I think he's still third in the one lap for Vengeance.
I mean, my PB for 1 lap is like 102.9, I think, something like that.
Which is not too bad.
No, it isn't. But like, it's this shows you that Mikey's been playing for so long that he's able to get some really respectable records. I mean, it's not the world record, but this is gonna be a good one.
Yeah, getting the countdown in, and we're about to jump into track 5, Vengeance.
Vengeance, Ben. Whew.
And yeah,
Does
definitely
Mikey
pay.
Does Mikey know what to do if he gets stuck in one of the rocks? I've never actually gotten stuck in a rock on this one.
I don't know if he knows the trick, how to get unstuck. We'll see
well,
if he gets stuck. That would be unfortunate.
To tell him, but yeah. Here we go.
But yeah, definitely pay attention to the players' cornerings here, especially while holding their boost, because it's essential to basically hold your boost as much as you can in the first part of this track.
Definitely.
And we see both of them.
Think.
Both of them getting some help from Fat Sang, yeah?
Yep. Actually, Nfro's going for 4 people. Or 3 other people, I should say. Mikey didn't go for the long boost. And neither did Nfro.
Yeah,
so yeah. But
but
other than that, Mikey's looking absolutely excellent. Taking an aggressive boost there. We're gonna get a pause to sync up. This rotating fan bit, they're on a timer as well, so depending on how fast you get there, it could be different.
Yeah.
And I die a lot there, actually.
Yeah, it's very easy to clip these fans. Their hitbox is deceptively big.
And some very solid UVO tubing out of both players.
Yeah, and Mike is not that far ahead actually. It's about
Nfro's getting a lot of solid boosting in here. Easily reaching that 1200.
So both
and
so
they
far.
both avoided the rocks. This is incredible. They're both
Yeah, this is great. This is amazing.
Less than half a second apart, I would say. 103 and a 105. That's not bad.
Yeah. About 2
yeah,
seconds difference
2
here.
seconds apart. That can be easily made up on this track. Mikey
Yeah, one
doesn't
mistake
go for
from Mike and
the full
Nfro's
boost.
ahead. So he's
I thought
keeping up.
Nfro was gonna go for the full boost through. But Mikey.
Ah, and
Oh
that's
no,
so
Nfro!
Yeah. I mean,
died
it's so
too.
easy to hit
Unfortunate.
anything here and just blow up. So,
Oh, Mikey, this. I don't. Of all the people, man, I think I could take almost anybody on Vengeance, but Mikey, I don't want to take him on Vengeance.
yeah, Mikey's making it look easy here.
He's going through all these difficult parts. Fudsang cleared out a couple of the problematic rocks there. He'll probably have taken out the last rock in the whole tube as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, you'll see that there. And he also takes out one of the other smaller rocks that I actually die on quite a lot, and that's the one that... It's hard to explain exactly where it is, but it's right before...
Look at Nfro holding the
weird
boost all the way through
Oh,
here.
man.
Very nice.
Yeah, if it weren't for that crash, Nfro could still be, like, right up next to,
Yeah, Mike with another 102 though. This is looking really good. Like if this is
Yeah, 102.
307 pace.
easily smokes my PB.
This could even be 306 if he keeps clean. It's
Yeah.
incredible. Like Nfro is doing really well here, but Mike is just
So consistent. I mean, this is not an easy track to get good at by any means, and even Nfro's looking very, very strong here.
Yeah, for sure. It's so hard to get bent through here like this.
Yeah. Oh, and Nfro's twisting a little bit. But yeah, it looks like Mikey's gonna get, what's that gonna be, a 307?
Yeah, I think so.
So yeah, wow. Jeez.
Yeah, I mean,
That's yeah. Now I'm terrified to take Mikey on any race. I thought like, yeah, I got vengeance on anybody, but no. 322 coming out of Nfro. That's
doing really
a very
That's
good time.
definitely. Mike is just
Yeah, but wow. So consistent. Oh, we got a bit of the I mean, this is not an easy.
Oh yeah.
We got a bit of lag there, or not there, and a lag, but yeah, because we're just looping the sound through. Ah, 307 in race.
Yeah, that's an amazing time. And what is Nfro supposed to do against it? He tried his best. So yeah, GG to the runners.
Mm-hmm.
5-0 in the end for Mike.
I imagine Nfro will come in.
Yeah, I think
don't know
we're
if
gonna
Mikey will.
get them in here.
Does Mikey have a mic? I think we talked about that. Hey.
Yeah, welcome Nfro.
Oh god, I screwed up so badly on 3 of those.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
But Vengeance.
I was outmatched there. That's gonna happen.
Yeah,
honestly, you did very
307.
solid on Vengeance in the end.
Yeah. I was holding that track back up as an ace in the hole.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing too, mostly. But Mikey just casually destroyed my PB, so yeah, I don't think it's gonna be a very good one against most people.
It was a figure 8 and then the one touch death.
Mm-hmm.
And hello, Mikeyburger.
Welcome,
How are you
Mikey.
doing?
Hey Mikey, well played there.
Yeah. Is your mic working?
Oh, can you hear me?
Yes,
Yeah,
we
we
can
can
hear
hear
you
you.
now.
Oh, good. Okay. Yes, hello.
Hello, Mike, and GG to
Oh.
both of you. It was a nice match.
That was a
He wiped the
terrifying
floor
Vengeance.
with me.
307.
There was an impressive display, Mike. There was some really solid races.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it was good. I enjoyed this. It was. I was pretty nervous, to be honest, to start with, because I think it's a fantastic thing to have this being run. This amazing game. So.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah.
Oh god.
Wow. That was
That
unfortunately
that bowls pick on Ando Prime and Andobi Mountain runs surprised me a lot.
Yeah, well, he played it out really solidly.
yeah, it was absolutely great.
Also, I was looking at the stream between matches. Did you run those with an R80?
Are you asking me that?
Yeah.
Ando Prime Centrum, I think I just used. I think it was R600 because I think Bowls has got a pretty low traction anyway. I think.
Yes. Yeah, he has the lowest in the game.
Yeah, I think you used R600 for all the tracks, right? If I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken.
He's
Yeah.
fast. He's just a little bit
Yeah.
unstable.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, we took exact opposite approaches on those. I ran bullseye through 3 of the tracks.
Yeah, I look forward
Yeah.
to watching the stream.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it really was. Even losing that one is a ton of fun. It's a cool format that we have here.
Hmm. And
Yeah,
I've got 2 people to be worried about getting matched up against next round.
Yes.
I think it's only gonna get better from here too. So
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be really fun. And yeah, if you guys want more pod racing, then tune in tonight. I believe 9 p.m. EDT.
9 p.m. EDT.
9 p.m.
We have
Eastern.
Nacho versus Lightning Pirate.
Mhm.
Yeah, and 1 hour after that we have another match, which will be Sire versus Magius.
Mm.
And
Also,
then we're
if you
also
like pod
linking-
racing,
Go ahead.
consider checking out our Discord. You can probably find it over the speedrun.com site.
Yeah.
And yeah.
And then we have
Stay
one
tuned.
final match after those on Saturday for round 1.
Yeah.
And that will be Mystery Liquid versus Nectarn.
Mm.
That
Yeah,
one
and that
should
will
be 10 a.m.
conclude
EDT.
round 1.
But
Yes.
we will be at this for several weeks to come. It's a very long form tournament.
Yeah, this is only the Swiss part of the tournament, which will determine the seeding for the final double elimination bracket.
Hmm.
So yeah, we're gonna have more pod racing to come.
Yes, pod racing for the next month and a half at least, probably more like
Yeah.
2 months.
But yeah, I think we can wrap it up here, unless you guys have anything else to say.
No, just GG, Mike. That was very well played.
Hmm.
Thank you. I enjoyed. I think you raced well as well. I mean, it's
Thanks.
difficult for me because I really don't know how strong any of my opponents are, so it's kind of
Yeah.
interesting.
Hmm.
Listen,
Yeah.
do you need any commentators for the next race?
It's gonna be like 3 a.m. your time.
Oh, okay, right. I'm happy to do one of the earlier ones, between matches. That's
Saturday, same time as this one. Or actually,
sounds
this
good.
exact time.
No,
on Saturday.
Saturday's at noon Eastern.
No, it's not. They misscheduled.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll send you the link, Mike, where you can check out all the matches, and there you can just sign up for the commentary. So yeah,
Yeah, they're all
thank you
listed
guys
in Eastern
for
time.
partaking, and thanks Roni for joining me. Shout outs to you for standing up at 6 a.m. for this.
I actually woke up at 5 because it started at 6. So
Yeah.
it's worth it though because it's I like this game.
Mm-hmm. All right.
And that was a lot of fun. So
Yeah, that was a fun one, guys.
I'll say my prayers that I don't get matched up against Ace or Mikey next round. And yeah, so I'll see you guys later.
Yeah, see you later, guys.
Hmm.
I would say thank you to the commentators and to